What's up, guys? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Pick Droppers, back at it again with a Madden 17 video. But in this video today, I am going to be giving my NFL, let's say, predictions video. And in this video, I'm going to be predicting all the scores for the week ahead and all the correct victories I will be predicting. Now, in the background, you'll see me playing a game, and I get crushed by the Seahawks. And this was actually season 6, and this was my first loss of the season. And I just played horrible. So, first game of the week is Carolina-Denver. Now, I feel like this game is going to be a great game, and I feel like Denver is going to lose the game by around 10 points. I feel like it's going to be along the lines of 34-24. I feel like Denver's not going to be able to stop Cam Newton and Kelvin Benjamin, and I think Kelvin Benjamin's going to get like 2 touchdowns. And I think Denver's not going to have an answer and not going to be able to score on offense. I actually have Denver scoring 14 points, which is 2 touchdowns on defense. By pick 6 or by fumble 6, one of those, or actually 2 of those. And I just feel like Denver doesn't have the quarterback it needs to win. And I really wouldn't be surprised if Denver only scores like 15 points. It wouldn't surprise me. Now, the next game I have is Tampa Bay-Atlanta. Now, this game is going to be a really good game of mediocre defenses and pretty good offenses. Now, in this game, I see a lot of touchdowns, especially by Mike Evans. I feel like he's going to go off. I feel like Doug Martin's going to go off. I feel like Jameis Winston is going to show up, unlike what he did last year in his first game. And I feel like Atlanta's going to, and Julio Jones are going to go off. I feel like Julio's going to get 2 touchdowns. And I feel like Atlanta Falcons are going to win at home by the score of 31-17. I feel like Tampa Bay is going to have a really good offensive performance, but I feel like their defense isn't going to be able to slow down Atlanta's offense. And I feel like Devontae Freeman's also going to go off. But a very good game in that. Now, the next game I have is Minnesota-Tennessee. Now, this is going to be an okay game. I feel like Tennessee is going to lose the game along the lines of 11-21. I feel like Minnesota's going to win by 10. And the reason I say that is because I feel like Tennessee, while they do have some upcoming stars in Marcus Mariota, they don't really have the offense. I mean, they have Kendall Wright, but that's pretty much it. Maybe Darrell Green-Beckham, maybe, but they really don't have a good offense. And Minnesota is known for their cornerbacks. And Xavier Rhodes, he's going to shut down whichever wide receiver he decides to guard. They have a really good offense in AP. The only problem I have is their quarterback situation, but I feel like they're just going to be running the ball, and I feel like AP is going to go off for 3 touchdowns, all of Minnesota's points, and they're going to win 21-11. And an okay game. I feel like Tennessee, though, is going to get a touchdown at the very end of the game. Garbage time, go for 2, make it 11 points, and the game's pretty much over. Now, the next game I have is San Diego, Kansas City. Now, this game is going to be a really good defensive game, in my opinion. While San Diego doesn't have the best defenses, Kansas City does. And I feel like Kansas City is going to put on a whipping. And I feel like it's going to be 24-10. And I feel like Jamal Charles is going to come back. And I believe he will play, and I believe he'll go off for at least 2 touchdowns. I feel like Travis Kelce is going to get another touchdown. I feel like San Diego is going to have no way to stop Kansas City's run game. I don't feel like they have enough very good big men. Even though they do have Brandon Flowers, he'll probably be shutting down Jeremy Maclin. They have nobody else that can guard Travis Kelce. Their team's really not that good defensively. And Phillip Rivers, I mean, he does have Antonio Gates, but he just lost Ladarius Green. And I feel like their Tamba Hali is going to help guard Antonio Gates. And I feel like Keenan Allen is going to get shut down by Sean Smith. and I feel like San Diego will have nowhere to go, and I feel like Phillip Rivers is going to throw at least 3 picks. But that's just my opinion. Next game is Oakland, New Orleans. Now this is going to be a really bad defensive game, but I feel like Oakland's going to win along the lines of 28-14, something like that. And the reason I say that Oakland winning by so much is because Oakland does have a really good quarterback in Derek Carr. He also has Amari Cooper, really good number 1. And New Orleans has nobody shut that down. You also have Latavius Murray, and nobody on New Orleans is going to shut him down. New Orleans has a horrible defense. I do think Drew Brees is going to go off for like 400 yards, but I think he'll have 1 or 2 picks. That's really going to kill him. And I feel like Brandon Cooks is going to get shut down. I don't, and they have no run game. So Drew Brees is basically leaning on Brandon Cooks, and you can't just keep throwing to one man. They're going to eventually double team him. Even though they don't have Charles Woodson anymore, they have really good corners, and I feel like he's just going to get shut down, and he's going to have nowhere to go. And the next game I have is Cincinnati versus the Jets. Now, I feel like this is going to be one of the best 1 o'clock games. I feel like Cincinnati's going to come out hot after their loss to Pittsburgh, and I feel like they're going to win this game along the lines of 18-9, a really weird score. I feel like the Jets with Ryan Fitzpatrick aren't going to be able to do anything on offense. I think Brandon Marshall's going to play really good though, but I think without Chris Ivory, they're just going to play really badly, and they're only going to get 3 field goals. I feel like Cincinnati's going to get a pair of touchdowns, maybe go for a 2-point conversion in there, and kick a field goal, make it 18 points. And I just feel like Cincinnati and Andy Dalton and A.J. Green are going to go off. Next game on the list is Cleveland, Philadelphia. RG3's return to starter. Now this could be a very fun game to watch. I'm definitely looking forward to it. You're going to see Carson Wentz, the number 2 overall draft pick, playing against RG3, also the number 2 overall draft pick back in 2012. And it's going to be a really bad offensive game without Josh Gordon for RG3, without a running game on both sides. There's no good wide receivers. Their defense is pretty bad on both teams. Cleveland has an okay defense, so I feel like Cleveland's defense is going to play really well, especially with Carlos Dansby and Joe Hayden. But I just feel like they're going to get demolished. I feel like Cleveland's going to get demolished. And the reason I say that is because they have no offense. In Philadelphia, I feel like is going to come out and they're going to play really, really well, especially with Carson Wentz. I feel like it's going to be somewhere along the lines of 24-3, something like that. Cleveland's just going to have no answer. But I'm really looking forward to that. Next game on the list is Green Bay versus Jacksonville. Now, this is going to be a really bad game for Jacksonville. Even though they do have Allen Hurns and Allen Robinson, I feel like their offense isn't going to be enough. Even though they also have TJ Yeldon, I feel like Blake Bortles is not going to come up clutch. I feel like Green Bay, with getting Jordy Nelson back, Green Bay is going to crush Jacksonville. I feel like Jordy Nelson's going to get 3 to 4 touchdowns. And I feel like Green Bay is going to win along the lines of 28-14. And I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go off. Next game is Buffalo-Baltimore. Now this game is going to be a very interesting game because Buffalo, they have a really good defense this year. They have Tyrod Taylor. They have Sammy Watkins, who is now evolving into a really good wide receiver. And they have a really good team. On the flip side, Baltimore, they're getting their players back. Terrell Suggs, they're getting Joe Flacco back. And I feel like it's going to be a really close game. I feel like the defenses are both going to show up. I feel like Tyrod's going to get 2 touchdowns. I feel like he's going to come out with a close victory, 21-20. I feel like the Ravens are going to come up short on a 2-point conversion. It's still going to be a really good game to watch, but I still think that the Ravens are going to lose 21-20. Now, the last 1 o'clock game is Chicago-Houston. This is going to be a really good game for Houston. Chicago's going to get murdered. They have Jay Cutler, who sucks, and we all know that. They have Alshon Jeffrey, who's pretty good. They don't have Matt Forte. That's really going to hurt them in the run game. And I feel that that's going to be the reason why they lose. And their defense isn't good at all. But I feel like Houston's going to get at least 1 touchdown on defense. I feel like DeAndre Hopkins is going to go off for at least 2 touchdowns, 150-plus yards. And I feel like Houston is going to win along the lines of 34 to 17 actually. And it's going to be a really bad game for Chicago. Now, starting the 4 o'clock games is Miami-Seattle. Now, this is like a no-brainer. Seattle is going to crush. They're definitely going to beat Miami. I feel like Miami is going to score a total of probably 14 points, maybe most, because I feel like Lamar Miller is going to score 1 to 2 touchdowns, and I feel like Mike Wallace might score another touchdown. But I feel like Seattle's going to be too much. I feel like Seattle's defense is going to get a pick 6. They're going to get 3 or 4 picks. I feel like Ryan Tannehill is still not mature enough and at that level. And I think Seattle's going to win along the lines of 45 to 14. And it's going to be really bad. Next game on the list is Giants-Dallas. Now, this is a very interesting game. Dallas is playing their division rival. They don't have Tony Romo. They have Dak Prescott at the helm. They're in their home game. They're getting Dez Bryant back. Their O-line's still pretty good. Ezekiel Elliott should be playing. And it's going to be a really good game. The Giants, they have OBJ. They're finally getting Victor Cruz back. They have that really good guy in Sterling Shepard. And Eli Manning's playing. And I feel like Dallas is going to win in overtime 35 to 34. An amazing game. Amazing game. Next game on the list is Detroit-Indianapolis. Now, this game is going to be very interesting. First Detroit game without Megatron in at least 7 years. I'm not sure how many years, to be exact. Indianapolis finally getting back Andrew Luck. I feel like Indianapolis is going to win along the lines of 27 to 21. So a really close game. I feel like both defenses aren't going to play too well, but I feel like Vontae Davis is going to shut down Golden Tate. But I feel like Matthew Stafford is going to play pretty well. I feel like he's going to throw 3 touchdowns. I feel like Indianapolis, though, is just too strong. I feel like T.Y. is going to get a couple touchdowns. I feel like Andrew Luck might get a rushing touchdown. And then Adam Vinatieri, the old man, kicks a beautiful field goal. Now, the last game on Sunday is New England-Arizona. This is arguably the best game on Sunday. New England, without Tom Brady, against Arizona with all their starters. We're finally going to see how Jimmy Garoppolo does and how the Patriots do without Tom Brady since 2008, I'm pretty sure, when Tom Brady got hurt for the whole season. In this game, I feel like Arizona is going to play really, really well. They're going to have something to play for after their shellacking against Carolina. And I feel like Arizona is going to win along the lines of 35 to 21. I feel like Jimmy Garoppolo is going to throw for 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. I feel like Pat Pete is going to have a redemption for letting up that Hail Mary against Janis. And I feel like Carson Palmer is going to play really well. I feel like Fitz might get a touchdown. Maybe John Brown get another touchdown. Maybe Chris Johnson. I'm not sure if he's still on the team. Nah, I don't think he is. David Johnson. I feel like David Johnson's going to get 2 touchdowns. And I feel like Arizona's going to play really well, win by 2 touchdowns. It's still going to be a really good game in my opinion. I feel like New England's it's going to come down to an onside kick. New England's going to lose it. Arizona's going to go march down the field and score, make it a 2-score game. And it's going to be the end of it. Now, Monday's games, there's 2 Monday's games. First one is Steelers-Washington. I feel like Steelers are going to crush this game. I feel like Antonio Brown has something to prove that he's the number one wide receiver. I feel like D'Angelo is going to come out hot. Big Ben's going to come out hot. I feel like Big Ben's going to throw for 400 plus. I feel like Steelers are going to win along the lines of 45-24. I feel like Kirk's still going to go pass pretty well. I feel like Deshaun Jackson is going to go over the top of the defense, score. Jordan Reed's probably going to score another one. Pierre might score one. Maybe even Matt Jones might score one. Get a rushing touchdown. You never know. But I still think Antonio Brown's going to go 175 yards plus, 2 touchdowns. D'Angelo's going to get a touchdown or 2. Because last year I'm pretty sure he was leading the league in touchdowns, and he didn't even start for most of the year. And I think the Steelers are really going to give it to Washington, and they're really going to crush. The last game of the week 1, is LA versus San Francisco. Now this is going to be a really good game. It's going to be the first game Los Angeles has played in the regular season for 20 plus years, I'm pretty sure. And in this game, I feel like LA is going to come out strong. Todd Gurley is going to get a touchdown. I feel like St. Louis's defense is going to be amazing, and I feel like they're really going to show up and really do well. I feel like Carlos Hyde might get a touchdown for San Francisco, though. I'm not sure, but he might. I feel like Tavon might score a touchdown. I feel like Aaron Donald's going to get at least 3 sacks. I'm not sure if Jared Goff's going to play. They're saying maybe Sean Marion might play. If Sean Marion plays, I feel like the Rams have a really good chance of losing. But I feel like if he doesn't play, I feel like St. Louis will win along the lines of 24-17 in a pretty good defensive game. Well, that's all I got for week 1. I hope you guys really like this video. I will be doing this video every week. Hopefully my predictions turn out to be correct. I don't know. I feel like if I'm going to guess out of the 16 games, I feel like I'm going to get 13 of the games correct. Maybe 14. I really don't know, though. I hope you guys like this video. It was really fun to make. I want to hear your opinions down below in the comments on what you guys thought of this video and who you guys think's going to win all the games. And I'm really happy with the Steelers game. I'm really happy with that. I'm going to be watching that on TV. Steelers game, the score might be a little bit biased because I am a Steelers fan. But, maybe. Well, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you are new, and write a comment down below on what you would like to see next. It's your boy Pick Droppers, and I'm out. Peace!